Hello fellow Shadows, welcome to another video, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars Galaxy S and what they would have to do if I decided to go down there. First off, they will have to lower their prices a bit, because I've heard from people that's been there that their prices are high, like to build your own lightsaber costs you $200. To be honest, as much as I love have lightsabers, because I got like multiple lightsabers. This one I got from C2E2 this year. And this my one of my little ones. I got more. Just don't feel like giving them right now. But this I got from Disney 3 years ago, as of when I'm making this video, which will be in 2016. This costs about $60. Now I get that with a build your own lightsaber. Alright, this is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, by the way, for those of you who didn't know. It's my favorite Jedi. But I get that to build your own lightsaber things are gonna be expensive, but $200? I feel like having it be like 150 about will be reasonable for that. I just feel like $200 is too expensive to build your own lightsaber. And two, I've heard some of the merchandise are really high priced, and the food there are really high priced, and I'm really debating if you lower those two categories down a bit, your merchandise and your food only a little bit, at least a little bit, more people come. Plus your ticket prices. I mean, my god, I've heard your ticket prices, I forgot the exact number, but I think for a single person, and please correct me if I'm wrong about this, it's like in the hundreds, like in the teen hundreds, like one, and then like eight. I'm just gonna throw a random number as an example. 115. Example of being 100 teen hundreds. And to be honest, it could be more than that, but regardless, that's also too much for one person. That I can see that being for like about two people. But that's way expensive for one person. That will push people off. So that's the first part I want to get into. Why I feel like Galaxy S goes down. Now, this second point is what kind of pushes people away, per se. And that is, they're focusing too much on the sequel trilogy. They aren't focusing on the prequels or the original trilogy. When 90% of the fandom of Star Wars came from watching the prequels, the original trilogy. And when I mean the prequels, I also am going to categorize Star Wars The Clone Wars, the movie and the TV show, in as part of it for argument's sake. Especially since it takes place in that prequel era. So, them dismissing the prequels and the original trilogy and focusing mostly on the sequel trilogy, I can't blame people for getting pushed off. I would not mind like taking selfies or pictures with sequel trilogy characters. I mean, if you've seen the slideshows on this channel or on my own channel for C2E2, then you've most likely seen me taking pictures with like Kylo Ren or Rey. But you've also seen me, assuming that you've seen the C2E2 slideshows that has been uploaded on this channel, on my personal channel, that I've also taken pictures with like Darth Raven, which is an Old Republic character, Ahsoka Tano, Qui-Gon Jinn, yeah, Luke Skywalker from the sequel trilogy, I think it said Rey, but, R2-D2, even a female C-3PO, I'm not joking, some Wookiees, which are prequel slash original characters, because you did see some Wookiees in Revenge of the Sith, and Chewbacca, we officially met him in A New Hope. And then George Lucas came back in time to the prequels, and we kind of got introduced to him in the timeline in Revenge of the Sith on the big screen. And who else have I taken a picture with? The Rogue, pretty much the main character group of the Rogue One. The characters, not the actors. Golly, that would be cool to meet the actors. But, cause Rogue One is my favorite Disney Star Wars movie. Of the 4 Disney Star Wars movies that we've had so far. And that's only naming that doesn't even name all the characters I've took pictures with. In general with Star Wars. And those characters I'm talking about, I've taken at C2E2. Now, I have taken a picture of Darth Vader and a few Stormtroopers. Both, yes, at C2E2, but I mean at Star Wars Weekend, when I went to Star Wars Weekend a few years ago, and I doubt this picture is floating around anymore, because I would have had to download this from the Disney World store. But I even took a picture with Daniel Logan, who played Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones. And, nearly met James Earl Taylor, but he got sick. I almost met him at C2E2 this year. Disappointing that he canceled, because I understood the reasons, just I was so pumped meeting him. That besides the point. My point is, if they also acknowledge the original and prequel trilogy characters and incorporated them into the park, more fans want to come. Now, yes, you can say, well, Phil, they have Chewbacca. That doesn't really count, really, all that much, because he is the only, as from what I've heard, he's the only original trilogy character that we get to see at Star Wars Galaxy Edge. So that doesn't really, that kind of helps your case, but not much when you think of he's like the only character from either the prequels or the original trilogy that makes a cameo. It really doesn't. I mean, it's nice and all, but still, I mean, we need more of that. And I don't know if C3PO or R2-D2 will make a cameo, because they're all in all 3 trilogies. But for argument's sake, I'll bring in R2-D2 and C3PO. But outside of those 3 characters, there are like billions, hundreds of characters in the original and prequel trilogies alone that you can bring in. Yeah, I'm not. And if Disney ever decides to bring in the Old Republic era into canon, they got a lot of characters in the Old Republic era too that they could bring in to the Star Wars Galaxy Edge. So, and I've also heard that Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, said that he felt like there was like no use of really advertising Galaxy Edge, because he expected bigger numbers. Like, are you kidding me? That's a bad business move. Because, yeah, I'm hoping, like, for example, when I make a video, I hope the videos I upload are good. I mean, get some views but the kind of bad analogy. If I ever decide to make a fan film, put on this channel, I can't expect like you guys being wonderful people you are who subscribe to this channel for however long you guys have, to all of a sudden saying, "Oh, look, there's a fan film on the Scattered Shadows channel." No, I will have to advertise it. Regardless if I have like 100, 200, 2,000, whatever, subscribers on this channel, I can't expect that to be in my favor. I don't need to market it. Like, make a video or a few videos or whatever. And yes, I see some little TV spots of it the on the TV, but I feel like that was a dumb business move. All due respect, Bob Iger. But yeah, lowering the prices a little bit, also incorporating the prequel and the original trilogy characters into the park will most likely boost your profits up a lot. Because yes, I'm one of those people that has some issues with the sequel trilogy. But at the same time, you gotta look at it from a business point. You can't always only focus it on like the sequel trilogy or on the Disney Star Wars Disney. You got to also incorporate what Star Wars has built upon before you got your hands on Star Wars, which was the original and the prequel trilogies. And without those two, without the original trilogy, the prequels, regardless of how cringy some of the acting may be in the prequels, wouldn't be as big as without the original trilogy. And The Force Awakens and Rogue One wouldn't have gotten as much hype as it did, especially The Force Awakens, if it wasn't for the past. I'm going to exclude the holiday special out of this because one of the most hated Star Wars movie, but I'm going to bring in the Clone Wars as the seventh movie in this case. But The Force Awakens had 7 movies that people really loved. The prequels, the originals, and the Clone Wars movies. Hold on, let me get my cat out of my room for a sec. He's meowing to want to get out. So, my point is, without the prequels and original trilogy, The Force Awakens wouldn't have gotten as big of a hype as it was. Now, a lot of people now that, actually, I shouldn't say a lot of people liked it, but I feel, I'm going to say I feel a lot of people liked The Force Awakens, even though it was a rehash of A New Hope. And I liked Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And because of those two, Solo had a big, I mean not Solo, The Last Jedi had a big anticipation. Which of course, that ended like pretty much split the fandom, but that's like billions of videos already made and videos down the line. But my point is, without the prequels, without the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, the Disney Star Wars wouldn't have gotten any anticipation in any way without the prequels and the original trilogy. And the prequels wouldn't have gotten any anticipation or as much excitement if the original trilogy did not exist. So, you not having, at the very least, the original trilogy in your parks, then that is a grave mistake on your part, Disney. Because some people dislike the sequel trilogy. Some people hate the sequel trilogy, the Star Wars Disney Star Wars. So you got to, if you want to bring more business, bring in more fans, don't only focus on the Disney Star Wars. Bring in the original, the prequels, for era's characters. And I'm willing to bet you, on top of like the price thing I mentioned earlier, the crowds will go up. Plus, I've heard that there's gonna be two second ride coming out soon. And to be honest, all due respect, Disney, that was also not exactly the best move either. Even though I'm going in the Millennium Falcon and taking a picture in the Millennium Falcon, which my sister did with her friend that showed me a picture of it, which I'm kind of jealous of her, might be fun. And Smuggler Run might be fun, but to be honest, you should have had at least 2 rides open before opening the Star Wars park. Even if the second ride wasn't as cool or as the Millennium Falcon ride, you should have still had 2, at the very least. But, so to recap, to bring more people's interest to going into Star Wars Galaxy Edge or returning to Galaxy Edge, lower your prices a bit, and don't only focus on your Disney Star Wars characters, Disney. Also incorporate the original and the prequel era characters, Disney. And I'm willing to bet you this will most likely boost your audience or attraction or whatever attendance up. So may the force be with us all. Please leave a comment below telling you voicing your opinions on the matter. And I will see you guys soon. May the force be with you guys.